Hi, witches, blessed be. This is White Raven up here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. Thank you so very much for all the love that you shared with me this morning with the video that I posted in YouTube. I'm really glad you love it. But right now, I'm going to share with you something that I've been promising that I was going to do for a long time, for probably a month or so, and finally I got the time, just because I have so much time in my hands. I got the time to share this with you, and as you can tell, I'm extremely excited because just the thought of this makes me happy. And I am talking about the amazing Backwoods Witchcraft book by Jake Richards. Guys, this is Conjure and Folk Magic from the Appalachian Mountains, and I live in Virginia. This touches my heart, and I am so excited to share this review with you guys. Jake has done phenomenal with this book, and to me, this book is truly delicious. This is a delicious book. I have no other word to describe this to you, and I hope you give this a try. Now that we're home, we're in quarantine, and there's not much we can do, you know what? This is one of those books that you should give a try. I have it in Audible, and I have it in Kindle, and I have it in paperback, so I am so in love with the version in Audible. Not only you feel the love and how raw this book is, like you legit feel like you're walking in the Appalachian Mountains. You can smell the air, guys, but you can also hear it. The guy that's reading this book in Audible, he has a southern accent, and it's just so, I am mesmerized by this book. Like, I sleep with this book. It takes about from 5 to 7 hours. I'm not exactly sure how long. I think it's from 5 to 7 hours. It's about 200 pages book. Very easy to read, and it's so entertaining that it's actually it's like hypnotizing. Like, you start reading or you start listening to it and you can't stop. You want to know more. You want to hear more. You want to say, okay, what else? What else did you do? What else did grandma did? What else did grandpa did? How did you do this magic? What else do you find? What other legends you know about where you live? Tell me more. Tell me more. I want to know more. Trust me, guys, when I tell you that I was absolutely mesmerized and hypnotized by this book. I could not stop. When I started, I needed to finish. I just could not stop with this book. So Jake, I gotta tell you, White Raven is telling you right here, this is probably by far one of the most engaging books that I have ever read in my life. Now, Starcast did the foreword on this book, so please understand, this is a folk book. So what I'm trying to say with folk and conjure, it uses a lot of Bible. So please understand that that is part of conjure and folk magic. All right. I'm Puerto Rican, as you guys know. So in Puerto Rico, we practice a lot of Espiritismo and Santeria, right? And those religions are very linked to Christianity, and you guys probably already know why. Okay. If you practice or if you like hoodoo, you know that that is linked to Bible. You're gonna see a lot of Bible in this book. What I'm trying to tell you with this is, please don't judge this book based on that. This is not a Christian religious book. This is folk magic, and folk magic has Bible on it. Please understand this. So get over it and enjoy it. You're gonna learn so many beautiful things. This is going to be magic from a different perspective, guys. So this book has about, again, like 200 pages. It's about 11 chapters. Starcast is going to do the foreword, and also another book that I would like to share with you, I have it over there, maybe in my to-do list, is the Conjure book by Starcast. Maybe I'll do that some other time. But again, this book has 11 chapters, and it's going to take you into the Appalachians. You're going to visualize it, guys. Trust me. He's so good at this that you're going to visualize the mountains. You're going to hear the air trickling through the leaves in the Appalachian Mountains. To me, this is so amazing because I do live very close to the Appalachian Mountains, because I live in Virginia, and I get the blessing of being able to go to the Appalachian Mountains whenever I feel like walking into the woods in a sacred land. Okay, so he's going to tell you in chapter 2, he's going to tell you all the stories and superstitions about the devil, witches, good and bad luck, what and what not to do. No matter where you stand, and this is so true, no matter where you stand, your feet rest where someone else did more than 200 years ago. It doesn't matter where you're standing. So think about that thought. Think about that thought. So in chapter 3, you're going to be connecting with the land, the magic of the land. I live in Virginia again, guys. There was a great civil war fought in this land. I live close to battlefields with young men shed their blood and they lost their life. So it's so much power in the land where we're touching with our feet the ground that we walk upon. And this is something that Jake is going to transmit to you, and you're going to feel it deep in your heart. And you're going to see that you not necessarily have to be in a temple or whatnot. One of the most, probably the most magical place is the ground where you're standing. And it's so beautiful the way he transmits this to you, right? It's really, really incredible. You're going to learn about ancestral veneration, about the graveyard, death and dying. In chapter 5, omens and signs. I mean, it's just so cool. Like, he's telling you all this thing and you're just like, yeah, tell me more, I want to know more, tell me more. This is so awesome. And I almost feel like my child imagination that I still have, and you probably do too, it just took off with this book. It just took off. My imagination just took off, just went somewhere else. And Jake had the ability of taking my mind and my imagination in such friendly and awesome book and easy to read. I was able to transport myself to the places and the stories that he was telling me through his book. And that is so powerful when a writer has the ability to do something like that, because let's face it, there's so many books that we want to read, but they are so dry and so boring, right? This book, yeah, no one page of this book is boring. I was so in love with this book and the perspective and his point of view on magic, right? So in chapter 6, you're going to learn about techniques and methods of the power doctors. What is a passing rite, transferring rites, body rites, what are measuring rites, and whatnot. There's a lot of stuff over here that I never terms in which people in the Appalachians refer to certain magic, okay? And you're going to learn all this. You're going to learn about the spirits of the Southern Appalachians. This was probably one of my favorite chapters. He's going to talk to you about dreams, signs from the spiritual world, bad energies and creatures, how to see and interact with spirit, working with the dead, who's the little people. Like, guys, there's so much folk behind all this. It's truly amazing. Animal spirits, saints and prophets. And he's going to talk about the Bible, okay? He's going to talk about spelling and fortune telling. What are Samuels and Jack balls? You're going to know about playing cards, about gazing. Like, there's just so much, and this is different perspective, guys. He's going to talk to you about the tools, what type of tools they use in the mountain in this type of folk magic, Appalachian candle magic, doll babies, and other trickery. Guys, this is going to sound crazy to you, but I've been practicing witchcraft for years now, and this is the first time ever that I realized that I found out that you can actually do a voodoo doll, a doll magic with an apple. And I was like, oh my god, I have to do this. So that's a video coming up, because I'm going to be working on a voodoo doll and a dolly, and a magic dolly with an apple. They're so cute. There's some pictures of it on the internet. I suggest for you to Google it. They are super adorable. Okay, so you're going to be learning that in chapter 10. Chapter 11, which is the last one, is going to be folk recipes and remedy for healing, cleansing, protection, corn law, remedies for actually illnesses or burns, swelling, fever, etc., etc., etc. He's going to talk to you about water and spirits, like rainwater, creek water. What do they do? There's just so many different type of waters, like moonshine, whiskey, tar water. He's going to tell you about all this stuff. He's also going to tell you about herbs and curious. Return charms, jack and packets. What are they? What are those things, right? I'm going to finish this, guys. That's the last chapter. I gotta tell you, Jake, you are phenomenal. You did amazing. This book, guys, had thumbs up. It's 100% approved by White Raven. You are going to learn a different perspective of magic. You're going to learn magic from somebody else's eye, from somebody else's view. And some stuff that are so old and are all completely folk magic. These are magic that is passed along from the first people that live in the Appalachian Mountains, and it's a whole mix of all the people that end up living in there. And the whole purpose for Jake to share this with us is not for you to know how much magic he knows. He's doing this because he loves it, and because now the younger generation don't care about carrying this with them and moving this beautiful knowledge along. He does not want this magic to die, and he wants to spread the word. Jake is very young. I think he's a very young person. He looks young, right? I don't know how old he is, but I think he's young, and I appreciate that. It's really awesome when somebody is so young, has so much passion over something that is so old school. Let's just put it that way, right? The younger generation nowadays, they're really want a lot of technology and a lot of pretty cute stuff, and don't want to get their hands dirty with the real raw aspect of magic. Again, I'm going to close this book with something that he wrote in here that really moved my heart, because every single one of us can relate to what he's saying right here. So, my 8th great-grandfather, Frank Little, was born into slavery to his slave mother, Esther, and his master, Thomas Little. When Thomas died, Frank was granted his freedom. Discovering this information has changed my work with the ancestors profoundly. I now know I am a descendant of slaves and slave owners, that I contain the blood of those who rape and murder, and those who were raped and murdered. Many of you reading this are too. So we must ask ourselves, how can we purify this blood and redeem it? What in your life can you do to atone for the sins of your blood? Jake, thank you so much for this book. I love it from the bottom of my heart. I am honored that you shared this with us. I highly respect this book. I found it absolutely amazing. It is by far one of my favorite books yet. I'm really honored I have this book. It means a lot to me. Witches, do yourself a favor, expand your horizons and learn more. I have so many of you guys over here that are not from the United States, have no idea what the Appalachian Mountains is. Do yourself a favor, enjoy this delicious book. Give it a thumbs up. If you do buy this book, please leave reviews. Writers need this. Till next time, witches, stay wicked. Bye.